हरि ओम्. आयातु वरदा देवी अक्षरं ब्रह्म संहितं गायत्री छन्दसां माता idam brahma jushasvanaha. So friends, this is the last lecture perhaps of Malavikagnimitram, and as far as I remember, I was wearing the same sari when I started Malavikagnimitram, and therefore today I am wearing the same one. So this is a tribute to Kalidasa, Kalidasa Giram Saram Kalidasaha Saraswati Chaturmukho Athava Brahma Viduhu Nanyetu Madrashaha. So we can't grasp the beauty of Kalidasa's language, yet I have tried my level best to reach out to you with whatever I could understand and appreciate of his dramas. So last time we saw that from Pushyamitra, from the Yajna Sharana, from the Yajna Shala, he has sent a lekha with prabhritaka, some upahara, some presents. Now with the lekha is like a letter, right? And this is how the letters were written. When we had postcards few years back or an inland, now they are all obsolete. Nobody, even the today generation won't even know of it. But we used to write first Shri or Swasti or Shri Rama in the center, and in the right there will be the place name, right? The place name. So I used to get letters from, my mother used to get letters from her native place, Abbigeri, and in Kannada, Abbigeri will be written date and here Shri. So these are certain formalities in which letters are written. So this lekha is also, reminds us of such etiquettes and formalities of ancient letter writing. And therefore he says Swasti, that is like a Shri, Kushala. If there is no Shri or no Shri Ram or something, then there is some bad news which the letter gives us. So that was the understanding, that was the psychology of the people then. So Swasti, Yajna Sharana Senapatihi Pushpamitraha Vaidishastham Putram Ayushmantam Agnimitram Snehat Parishvajya Anudarshayati. So first he is embracing Agnimitra, his son, who is staying in Vidisha, and then tells him, Viditamastu, let it be known to you, Yaha asau Raja Yajna Dikshitena Maya Rajaputra Shata Parivritam Vasumitram Goptaramadishya Samvatsaropavartaniyaha Nirargalaha Turagaha Visrushtaha Saha Sindhoho Dakshinarodhasi Charan Ashwanikena Yavananam Prarthitaha. Okay, so before that, I think last time there was some problem in reading the text, and that text I have brought it today. Parivrajika is saying, just for the information who might have missed it, Tad evam bhavinam adesham asyaha tvat padashushrooshaya parinamantam avekshya kala pratikshaya maya sadhukritam iti pashyami. So that adesha was there by the Siddhadesha, right? Tam adesham evam bhavinam asyaha of Malavika tvat padashushrooshaya parinamantam aveksha. I saw that to be fructifying by serving at thy feet, and therefore I thought of waiting. Kala pratikshaya maya sadhukritam. So that was just, in case I forget later on. So now Pushpamitra or Pushyamitra is saying that for the Raja Yajna Dikshitena Maya, he is Dikshita, he is consecrated for the Raja Yajna. Now Raja Yajna, some people say there is a Pathabheda, Rajasuya iti. But there is a difference in Rajasuya and Raja Yajna. Rajasuya, there is no Ashva let loose. Okay, it is only Ashvamedha in which the horse is let loose. Nirargalaha Turagaha Visrushtaha. That is number one. And secondly, Ashwamedha is called as Kraturat. Ashwamedha is called Kraturat. It is the king of all the Kratus, that is all the Yajnas, and therefore Raja Yajna refers to Ashwamedha. So Raja Yajna Dikshitena Maya. What did I do? What was done by me? Rajaputra Shata Parivrutam Vasumitram Goptaram Adishya. I appointed Vasumitra as Gopta, protector of what? That Turaga, Nirargalaha, Turagaha, Visrushtaha. And he is accompanied by Rajaputra Shata. Okay, so there are 100 other Rajaputras, 100 other warriors who are accompanying Vasumitra, and Samvatsara Upavartaniyaha. That Turaga, that horse which is let loose, it will be brought back after 1 year. Samvatsara Upavartaniyaha, which will be returned, which will be brought back to Yajnashala after a year. So that Visrushtaha Nirargalaha, that is Bandhana Rahitaha Ashvaha Turagaha Tvaraya Gachati Asau Turagaha. Turagaha, Turangamaha, these are the words, because it's a speedy horse, So Saha Ashvaha Sindhoho Dakshinarodhasi, on the southern bank of Sindhu, Yavananam Ashvanikena Prarthitaha. It was caught, it was seized, it was grasped by Yavananam Ashvanikena. The group of the cavalry of the Yavanas. Where the horse was grazing? Sindhoho Dakshine Tire Charan. Okay, on the southern bank of Sindhu. Now Sindhu, some people feel that this Sindhu is not the Sindhu river, the Sindhu Saraswati river, but I somehow have the feeling, because the Yavanas are mentioned, and therefore Yavanas did not come so close to, according to some people, they say that this Sindhu is a small tributary flowing in Vidisha only, because in Meghaduta also there is a river called Sindhu, but Sindhu could be a general river. It's a general name, generic name for any river, but here I feel, because of the mention of Yavanas, it could be the Sindhu of Sindhu Saraswati, that is the Indus, okay, Indus Valley civilization. So Sindhoho Dakshina Rodhasi Yavanana Anikena Samuhena Prarthitaha was seized. Tattaha Ubhayoho Senayoho Mahanasit Sammardaha. Then there arose a great fight between the two armies. Okay, Vasumitra accompanied by 100 Rajaputras and Yavanas. So Devi, naturally Dharini, her own son, Putrakaha, not, though 16-year-old, he is still Putraka. So Devi Vishadam Natayati Athava Rupayati. She is bit, afraid now what might have taken place. When there is a fight, you can't say what will happen. Katham Idrusham Samvruttam, the king is also worried. Oh, it happened like this. How could it be like this, Katham Idrusham Samvruttam. Shesham Punaha Vachayati. Then he reads further. Tataha Paran Parajitya Vasumitrena Dhanvina Prasaiha Riyamano Me Vajirajo Nivartitaha. And then Pushyamitra continues further, saying that this Vajirajaha, this best of the horses, the Ashvottama, Turagottama, Nivartitaha, was brought back, Prasaiha, Balat, with his own valor. Riyamanaha, that Ashva was being carried away. Riyamanaha, Yamana Pratyayanta Visheshana, right? So passive, active participle. So which was being carried away by the Yavanas, that was brought back, Nivartitaha, Prasaya, by his own valor, by Dhanvina, by one who holds a bow in his hand. Dhanva and Dhanvan and Dhanu, all these are different words for bow. So Dhanvan is a Napunsakalinga Nakaranta word. So Dhanva is the Prathama Ekavachan. Dhanva Asya Asti iti Dhanvin. Okay, like in Pratyayanta, this is a Matvarthiya Pratyaya. So Dhanvina Vasumitrena, by Parajitya, by defeating Paran Shatrun. Tataha Shatrun Parabhuya Parajitya Vasumitrena Dhanvina, with Chapa Sachapena Vasumitrena Prasaiha Me Vajirajaha Nivartitaha. So that underlines the valor of Vasumitra. So the king, king is the Dhiro Datta king. He might have achieved so many feats when he was very young like that. Anena Ashvastam Meridayam. The son is echoing or following the footsteps of his father. Anena Ashvastam Meridayam. Now I am consoled, the Dharini queen says. Lekhashesham Vacheti. Still there is something further. Saha aham idanim anshumata iva sagaraha pautrena pratyahrita ashvaha yakshe. And now I will yakshe. Now the Turaga has come back. 1 year is over, and now what remains is the sacrifice is to be sampadita, is to be performed and to be completed. So I will do it like what? Sagaraha iva. Like Sagara did it. For Sagara, this is the story in the Puranas and the Bhagavata and all that. Sagara was the king of Ayodhya. He had performed an Ashwamedha Yajna. He had 2 wives. One is Keshini, the other is Sumati. Sumati had 60,000 sons. Shashti Sahasranam Sagaraputranam. Okay. Sumati had 60,000 sons, and Keshini had one son called Asamanjasa, and Asamanjasa's son is Anshuman. So Anshuman becomes the Pautra of Sagara. Now here also Vasumitra is the Pautra, the grandson of Pushyamitra. So this is exactly falls in the line as Sagara completed. The story, perhaps you know that, when this Sagara had already performed 99 sacrifices, Ashwamedha, when the 100th one was going on, Indra got afraid and stole his horse. And he stole it and hid it in the Patala Loka where Kapila Muni was Dhyanastha. Okay. Now when the horse disappeared, all the Shashti Sahasra Putras of Sagara, they were, in search of the horse. So they went searching in the Patala Loka. They thought Kapila only has stolen that horse, and they misbehaved with Kapila. Kapila just opened his eyes, and all the Shashti Sahasra Putra were burned to ashes. Okay. And now what happened? Asamanjasa, as the name also suggests, he was not very capable king, but his son, Anshuman, he went there and he propitiated Kapila, and then the horse got back, So the Pautra of Sagara brought back the horse. Here also, my Pautra, that is Vasumitra, has brought back the horse. And therefore, Sagara iva aham Pautrena Anshumata iva Sagaraha Vasumitrena Nivartitena Vajirajena Pratyahrita Ashvaha Aham Yakshe. I will perform that Yajna. Tadidanim Akalahinam Vigatarosha Chetasa Bhavata Vadhujanena Saha Yajnasevanaya Agantavyam iti. And here is invitation to the king, Vigatarosha Chetasa. Why that? That means there must have happened something which has brought some sort of, displeasure in the relation of Agnimitra and Pushyamitra, right? And therefore, it is only Vasumitra he has sent for the Yajna. He himself has not accompanied the horse. He himself is staying in Vidisha and not with his father. But now Pushyamitra is telling him, Vigata Rosha Chetasa, Jo hua so hua. So you forget all the things, what happened in the past, and then come here Vadhu Janena Saha. Yajna Sevanaya Agantavyam. For the completion of this yajna, this happens once in the lifetime of people, right? And therefore this is not a usual yajna like Agnihotra or even like Jyotishtoma and all. So this is something different and very asadharana. Therefore, Vadhu Janena Saha Agantavyam. Now, people have so many interpretations why the word Vigata Rosha Chetasa might have occurred. Okay, and according to some, what is the cause of anger? The anger could be, because maybe Pushyamitra, after getting Brihadratha killed and after establishing his own kingdom, he was a staunch Hindu king and he did not really, care for the Buddhist and the Kshapanakas, okay, the Nagna Kshapanakas. Whereas Agnimitra is little liberal. We see that Parivrajika, the Kaushiki, comes and stays here in Vidisha in the vesha of a Parivrajika, Buddhist monk, right? And therefore he seems to be very liberal. So maybe there are some differences of opinion in the ideologies of the father and the son. And therefore Agnimitra, perhaps he must have said, oh, I am not going to participate in the yajna or whatever, but I will send my son to you. And therefore now Pushyamitra is saying that all is, okay now, the yajna is going to happen and there are no obstructions, impediments now anymore. So you also come and have yajna prasada. Okay. So Vigata Rosha Chetasa could be that. So yajna sevanaya agantavyamiti anugrihitosmi. The king's remark is anugrihitosmi. Then this is, the lekha is complete. Okay. The letter comes to an end. And now Parivrajika congratulates the king and the queen. Dishtya Putra Vijayena Dampati Vardhete. So this is the Putra Vijaya. Vasumitra has proved his caliber. And then he blesses Dharini especially. Bhartrasi Veera Patninam Shlaghyanam Sthapitadhuri Veerasuriti Shabdoyam Tanayatvam Upasthitaha. You were already Veera Patni, right? Because Veerasya Agnimitrasya Patni. And therefore, as the Patni, the Mahishi, the chief queen, you were Dhuristhapita. You were put on a pedestal, on a high position by King Agnimitra, right? So, Shlaghyanam Veerapatninam, all the praiseworthy Veerapatnis, there may be many wives of Agnimitra, but Dharini was placed at the helm. She was the Mahishi, the chief queen. But so long she was only Veerapatni. Now, Veerasuhu iti shabdahayam tanayatvam upasthitaha. Because of your own tanaya, tanoho jataha, not just sunu or putra or some other thing, tanaya. So what sort of attachment, the very significant use of the words, Kalidasa uses the words, appropriate words at appropriate places. It's my own blood, right? What Dharini would say, this is my own blood flowing in him. I have nurtured him in my womb for 9 months. I have given birth to him. So he is my Tanaya. So Tanayat, because of Tanaya, today you have also attained the name of Veera Mata. Veerasuhu, Veeram, Putram, Sute, iti. One who gives birth to the brave child is Veerasuhu or Veera Mata. So today you have become Veera Mata as well. So instead of saying, let this Vasumitra, your son, is such a brave son, and therefore I congratulate you. She congratulates Dharini because Dharini is there in her present, in front of her. Vasumitra is there near Sindho Dakshine Tire, and therefore whom to congratulate? The parents who are there in front of her. So this is Paryayokta. Basically she wants to congratulate the bravery of the child, right? But Tanayatvam idanim virasuhu iti abhigataha upastitaha shabdaha. So this is Paryayokta Alankara. Vidushaka also is not short of praising, and he says, Bhavati parituštosmi yat pitaram anugato vatsaha. He, being a bosom friend of Agnimitra, he in a way indirectly praises Agnimitra. Pitaram anugataha vatsaha. So instead of praising Vasumitra, he is praising his own dear friend, right? So as father, as son. So father and son are like each other. Pitaram anugataha vatsaha. Parivrajika also echoes the same. Kalabhena khalu yuthapatihi anukritaha. Yuthapatihi is the chief of the elephant, chief of the herd of elephants, because Kalabha is a baby elephant. Okay. So Kalabhena khalu yuthapatihi anukritaha. So that Kalabha, that is the young elephant, the baby elephant, has followed the steps of the chief of the herd of the elephants. Okay. Deva Ayam Kumaraha. Now it is Kanchuki praising Ayam Kumaraha. Na etavata veera vijrumbhitena chittasya no vismayamadadhati yasya pradhrishya prabhavastvamuchchaihi agnehe apam dagdhuhu iva uru janma. Yatha apam dagdhuhu agnehe uru janma is the yonihi. Similarly, O Deva, O Maharaja, Agnimitra, you are the yoni, you are the prabhava of Vasumitra, who is as good as apam dagdhuhu agnehe. So, apam dagdha agni. Now, this again, has a mythological reference. So, how Kalidasa indirectly brings in his knowledge of the narratives in our epics and Puranas. Okay. So this is a story of Aurva, Vadavanala and Aurva. The story is like this, that Kritavirya was the Bhruguvamshiya Raja. Okay. And he had great respect for all the Bhargavas, his priests. Bhargavas were the priests. Vishwamitra is a Bhargava. Okay. Jamadagni is a Bhargava. So he had high respect and honor for the priests. So whatever he got as a king, he distributed all, amongst the Bhargavas. But his sons, Kartaviryaha, they were against this. Why he should give everything to the Bhrugus, Why not keep something for us? They wanted all that to share in the inheritance, the property of their father, and therefore they were not very happy with that. And therefore Kartaviryas started killing all the Bhruguvamshi Kshatriyas, one after the other. Irrespective of how old they are, even the small children, they killed. So now one such Bhrugupatni, her name is not given. So she, out of fear to protect her fetus, instead of her womb in her udara, she hid that fetus, that embryo, in her thigh. And therefore it got saved, it was not killed. So Uru is the word for the thigh in Sanskrit, and therefore Aurva or Uru Janma. When the child was born, it was born from the thigh. Okay, and therefore he is called Uru Janma or Aurva. Uroho Jataha iti Aurvaha athava Uru Janma. Now the moment he was born, he was, like the fire of revenge and all that, because all his kinsmen got killed by Kartaviryas, and therefore he was, very much enraged and very much furious. The fire in his eyes was so so what you can say, so fatal and able to burn the entire universe, the gods and the all the gods, Brahmadi, Indradi gods got scared, and they told Auruva to deposit that fire in the ocean and spare their creation. Okay, otherwise the entire Prithvi would have been Bhasmasat or Agnisat. And therefore he deposited, on the request of the gods, he deposited his anger in the form of fire, or fire in the form of anger in the ocean. It took the form of a mare, Vadava. Vadava is a Ashwa, okay, Ghodi, okay, not Ghoda, it's the she horse. So that is called Vadava, and therefore that submarine fire is called Vadavanala. Anala is fire, and because this Anala has taken the shape of Vadava, it is called as Vadavanala, that is the submarine fire. So this submarine fire, that is also fatal, that is can kill and burn everything to ashes. No wonder, because it is born from Urujanma, right? Urujanma is so fiery, and therefore his child, that is the fire, that will be equally so. So that is the Drishtanta given here by Kanchuki. No wonder that Vasumitra is so brave, because Agnimitra, oh you king, you are so brave. So no wonder that your son is so brave, and he has proved his bravery. So, na etavata veera vijrumbitena, vijrumbita exhibition or manifestation of heroic exploits, heroic deeds. Okay? Virasya uchitam yat kritam, yat karyam, tasya vijrumbhanam. Na etavata veera vijrumbitena chittasya no vismayam adadhati. It does not surprise us that much, because it behoves. It's so very logical that your son performing such an adventurous feat, performing such an act of bravery, doesn't really surprise us that much, because it is so very logical. And then there comes a Drishtanta, the apam dagdhuhu agnehe yatha urujanma prabhavaha tatha tvam asya uchchaihi prabhavaha and apradrishyaha. You are uchchaihi, you are born kulina, abhijata, so high born person, and secondly apradrishyaha, irresistible. As you are high born and irresistible, similarly Vasumitra is high born and irresistible, and therefore though the Yadniya Ashva was seized by a group of cavalry of Yavanas, he could defeat all of them in their territory and bring back the horse victorious. Okay? So, na etavata veera vijrumbitena. So, this is a very interesting Drishtanta given here. And later on we have this, Auruva's son is Richika, Richika's son is Jamadagni, and Jamadagni's son is Parashurama. So, why Jamadagni was also so fiery? No wonder, because he is the Pautra of fiery Auruva. No, in Marathi we say Jamadagnicha avatar. Somebody very, very furious and quickly getting angered, quick-tempered, hot-tempered. Then we used to call them as Jamadagnicha avatar. So Jamadagni is so fiery and so angry. No wonder, because he is the Pautra of Auruva. So if you see that entire lineage, it really behoves that way. So, yasya apradrishyaha tvam uchchaihi prabhavaha, you, the irresistible and high-born are the Prabhava, the origin of this Vasumitra, and therefore his display, his manifestation, his exhibition of heroic deeds doesn't really create a feeling of wonder in our heart. Chittasya no vismayam adadati. Okay? Maudgalya yajnasena shalam urikritya muchantam sarve bandhanasthaha. He says, now this is a festive occasion, right? Earlier, we had a reference that Malavika and Bakulavalika released from the Karagriha on the behest of Queen Dharini, right? But now this is really an occasion to celebrate. And if you remember in the first act, Yajnasena wanted to bargain that Maurya Sachiva, Maurya Shalams, that if you release him, I will release Madhavasena. And Agnimitra was not ready for that, but now is the occasion. He says, Yajnasena Shalam Urikritya, including the brother-in-law of Yajnasena, Sarve Bandhanasthaha Muchantam. All the people in the Karagriha may be released. All the people in the prison should be released. Yadadnyapayati devaha iti nishkrantaha. Jayasene, this Pratihari Devi says, Iravati pramukhebhyaha antahpurebhyaha putrasya vijaya vrittantam nivedaya. See, Queen Dharini, she wants to share her happiness with her co-wives, right? Such a sweet lady. So, Iravati pramukhebhyaha antahpurebhyaha putrasya vijaya vrittantam nivedaya tatha iti prasthita ehitavat. Pratihari, she was about to go, calls her again, Iyamasmi Janantikam, only to her, she says, Janantikam, Yanmaya Ashoka Dohada Niyoge Malavikayai Pratidnyatam Tadasyaha Abhijanam cha Nivedya Mama Vachanena Iravatim Anunaya Tvaya Aham Satyad Na Paribhranshayitavya Iti. See, though Queen Dharini is the chief of the queen, she can exercise her power over anybody, be it Iravati or be it any other queen of the king. But she is so considerate. She is, she really cares for the feelings of Iravati, that Iravati felt neglected, by Agnimitra, and she did not want Malavika to be united with Agnimitra. All through we have seen in the third act and the fourth act, and therefore Dharini makes a special request for her. First she calls Jayasena to go and tell about the Vijaya Vrittanta of Vasumitra. But now for Iravati specially she sends a message that Asyaha Malavikayaha Abhijanam Nivedya. Now they have come to know that Malavika is a high-born Rajakanya. Iravati doesn't know it because she is not here. So tell her about the royal origin of Malavika and this Vrittanta, and my assurance given to Malavika that if the Ashoka puts blossoms, within 5 nights, I will fulfill her desire. Yanmaya pratidnyatam Ashoka niyoga prasange, Ashoka dohada niyoge, tad api nivedya Malavikayaha abhijanam abhijatatvam cha nivedya anunaya. You request her. You request her what? Tvaya aham satyad na paribhramshayitavya. You please do not make me swerve from my words. So I have to keep my words. What are my words? I will fulfill Malavika's desire, right? So let me do that. So though she is Prabhavashalini, Rani, queen, yet she asks the permission of her younger co-wife. That itself shows the character, the lofty, magnanimous character of Queen Dharini. Tvaya aham satyat na paribhramshayitavya iti. And with this message, she sends Pratihari. So it is not just a general message, a special message for Iravati. Janantikam with three pataka sthana. Normally they do it, like this sign, and then they see. That means the other people on the stage who are there, they are not supposed to listen to that, okay? But in the audience who are seated in the Rangashala, they are supposed to listen, okay? Yaddevi Ajnapayati iti nishkramya punah pravishya bhattini putra vijaya nimittena paritoshena antahpuranam abharananam manjusha asmi samvrutta. So everybody was so happy when I told them the news. Everybody gave me something hara or this, So I have become like a manjusha box of ornaments, okay? So many ornaments. Everybody was so happy to listen to this very joyous news. Devi says, Kimatrashcharyam. There is no, they don't treat Vasumitra as only my son. He belongs to all of them. So, sadharanaha kalu tasam mamacha ayam abhyudayaha. So, this abhyudaya, this prosperity, this udaya, this utkarsha is common to them and to me. It's not only that I should revel and I should take pride that my son is victorious, they would also take similar pride. Pratihari Janantikam. Now the message was Janantikam for Iravati. So Iravati has also sent a message only to Dharini. Bhattini Iravati punaha vidnyapayati sadrisham khalu devyaha prabhavantyaha vachanam. Devi is Prabhavan, Prabhavanti. You are powerful, and Sadrisham Khalu Devyaha Vachanam. So whatever you have promised, it is logical, it is really very practical. Prathama Sankalpitam na yujyate anyatha kartum. Whatever the queen has promised, you should not give a second thought to that. That means you should go ahead and do it. Nowhere she mentions the name of Malavika, nowhere she mentions that she is happy to know about the Abhijatatva of Malavika, and she is very happy to get her united with the king. She just points that Dharini has made a promise, she has assured Malavika, and she should keep her words. Who am I? Right? So still that displeasure has not gone from the mind of Iravati. So this is the difference between the two queens. Here is Queen Dharini, who forgets all that, and accepts Malavika. Not only that, she is so, so genuine, so honest, that she feels so sad. Chandanam khalumaya paduka paribhogena dushitam, etc. That is not the case with Iravati. She still entertains that feeling of neglect, right, and displeasure, and she says, you have every right here, you are the chief queen, who am I to object? Don't take any other course of action, whatever you have promised, you may follow. Okay, so this is a very curt type of answer by Iravati, and that is why Kalidasa has kept her away. The trouble people, who are trouble mongers, they should not be there on such joyous occasions on the stage, in the real scene. So from wherever they are, they can send messages. So she is rightly kept away. Bhagavati, Devi says, Bhagavati to Parivrajika, Bhagavati, Tvaya Anudnyata Ichhami Arya Sumatina Prathama Sankalpitam Malavikam Arya Putraya Pratipadayitum. So Arya Sumati was coming here for this relation, right? For this engagement. So if you permit me, if you allow me, whatever Prathama Sankalpitam by Arya Sumati, that is Malavikam Arya Putraya Pradhanam Pratipadayitum. So I would like to do that. Parivrajika, very nicely she replies, Idanimapi tvameva asyaha prabhavasi. Now also you only governor. Though she will be a queen, she will be wedded, still she will be junior to you. right? She will be subordinate to you, and it is not that by allowing her to be the wife of Agnimitra, you are losing your status, right? So that is an assurance. So nowhere, no way your position will be damaged or your position will be taken over by Malavika. Malavika will be still junior. And tvameva, idanimapi tvameva asyaha prabhavasi. You have control over her. So Malavikam haste grihitva idam aryaputraha priyanivedana anurupam paritoshikam pratichhatu. So I am so happy now. One is the Ashoka has put forth blossoms. Secondly, my son has performed such a bravery act, brave act. मैं फूली नहीं क्या वो खुशी से फूला न समाना, right? So like that. So I want to give you some present on this happy occasion. So idam aryaputraha pratichhatu. Please accept. Priya Nivedana Anurupam. Whatever that Priya Nivedana we heard, this is something present which, which goes in line of that Priya Nivedana. That Paritoshaka should be fit enough, befitting enough, deserving enough. So this is a Paritoshaka, deserving enough, and that is Malavika. Raja Savridam Josham Aste. He is shy now, okay? Savrida, Vrida, Lajja. Devi Sasmitam, Kim Avadhirayati Mam Aryaputraha. Oh, you don't have any regard to me. You are disregarding me. That means he is not readily coming forward and take Malavika's hand, He just keeps quiet and, hangs his head perhaps, right? So Vidushaka says, very witty remark, Bhavati Esha Loka Vyavahara. Oh Queen, this is just, very commonly seen in the world. What is it? Sarvopi Navavaraha Lajjaturo Bhavati. All the new husbands, the newly who become husband, Navavaraha, they are very shy. It's not only Navavadhu who is shy, but Navavara is also equally shy. Then Raja looks at Vidushaka with something in his mind, and because these two, Raja and Vidushaka, are such intimate friends that Shabde Vina Samvadu, even though he doesn't talk anything in clear, distinct terms, Vidushaka would understand what is there in his mind. And that exactly happens. And Vidushaka says, after giving the first remark in a mocking state, Sarvopi Navavaraha Lajjaturo Bhavati, then comes the real wish of the king. And he says through Vidushaka, the king wants to convey this, but Vidushaka conveys it. Athava Devya Pranaya Vishesham Datta Devi Shabdam Malavikam Atra Bhavan Pratigrahitum Ichchati. Why King Agnimitra is not coming forward to accept her? Because he is waiting for the queen to give a proper status of Devi to Malavika, then only he will accept. And what is that status? How would she indicate that status? That will come, that will follow. But still Devi is little, she says, what is the need of that, Etasyaha Rajadarikayaha Abhijanena Eva Dattaha Devi Shabdaha. The word Devi goes with her because she is a Rajadarika. So why should I call her as Devi Malavikam Pratichhatu, etc. So what is that need? Kim Punaruktena? Why should I repeat it? Parivrajika steps in and she says, very timely remark and very nice drishtanta again, very good, very beautiful verse here, verse number 18. Api ahakara samutpanna manijatihi asamskruta jatarupena kalyani nahi sanyogamarhati. Akara samutpanna manijatihi. Manihi would have been pullinga, and therefore she has used manijati because that will apply to Malavika. Akara samutpanna, born from akara, from a mine. So the money is the precious gems could be found only in the mines. So the mine is the Prabhava. Here also Malavika is born in a very good family, a royal family. So she is also Akara Samutpanna, Mani Jatihi. But unless and until that gem is studded in gold, it doesn't carry its value, right? It is not valuable, it is not treated valuable, and therefore it needs an association with Jata Rupa, that is Suvarna. So here Jata Rupa is Agnimitra and Mani Jati is Malavika, right? So this is a Prastuta Prashamsa here. So saying that Malavika would deserve the name Devi before she is offered to the king, she says a gem, though born of a good origin from an akara, from a mine, it needs the association of Jatarupa. For that sanyoga to happen, it needs that. So some samskara. What is necessary here is some sort of samskara is necessary, whether it is verbal or whether it is physical, some samskara is necessary. Jata rupena kalyani nahi sanyogam arhati. Asamskruta mani jatihi sanyogam na arhati. That means samskruta mani jatihi sanyogam arhati. So do that samskara by Devi Shabda or by some physical action. And now Devi remembers Smritva Marshayatu Bhagavati. Again, she is so simple hearted. She accepts her mistake very readily. It's very difficult to say sorry. I mean, sorry, S-O-R-R-Y is a very, what you can say, a word which has lost its real significance. Kshamyatam, it requires some courage. Sorry bolne mein there is no courage required. You can go every now and then, you can, sorry. That doesn't really convey the meaning. Mala kshama kara, that requires great courage, right? Marshayatu Bhagavati, abhyudaya kathaya uchitam maya na lakshitam. Because I was so involved and so engrossed in the victory of my son that I did not really notice that it needs some samskara. Jayasene gachatavad kausheya patroranam upanaya. Bring 2 pairs of cloths. One is kausheya, one is patrorana. Patrorana we already saw, patraja urna, like vatalakuchadini patrani krimibhihi kritani, that is patraja, patroranam. That is like a fiber cloth, so like banana fiber and all, I mentioned it. Nasnaniya vastra kriyaya patroranam upayujyate, that was the reference. And another reference here is for the expensive cloth is kausheya. Kausheya is the silk which is gotten from the silkworms who do the kosha, the cocoons of the silkworms. And from that the silk fiber is got. So that is kausheya vastra. So kausheya and patroranam upanaya. So pratihari yad devi adnyapeti nishkramya patroranam grihitva punah pravishya devi etat. And then Devi puts it on avagunthana. And this is why I said when anatilambi vastram, there was one reference, right? I said it is not a vastra worn around the waist, it must be something which has come till her forehead but not veiled her face. And now this is the kausheya, a very thin and very expensive talam asavastra, with which she covers her face, and that behoves like a rajadarika or a queen. Because only except when the Raja and the Queen, the king and the queen go publicly for the yajna or in a procession, only then the queen is seen by all the public. Otherwise she will be avagunthanavati. And therefore, that is, the royal etiquette, royal upachara, that is the samskara for her. So, Aryaputra idanim imam pratichatu. Devi tvatshasanad apratyuttaraha vayam. Can I say no to you? Apratyuttaraha vayam. I am without any answer. I am really moved by your generosity. That's what king wants to say. Hanta parigrihita. Parivrajika feels so happy, at last. I mean, after all that year-long happenings and her preshya bhava, her dasya bhava, and personal calamities on Parivrajika, at last everything ended so beautifully. Hanta parigrihita. Aho devya atra bhavataha anukulata. Devi parijanam avalokayati. She looks at her parijana. So all the parijana should come and greet Malavika as Devi, right? Because now she is duly wedded wife of Agnimitra. Jayatu Bhattini, Malavikam upetya, right? So that is the magnanimity. I mean, this is not so easy. To accept a co-wife is not at all easy, right? Sharing your husband, not at all easy. But see, Queen Dharini does it so magnanimously, and therefore Parivrajika compliments her in this. Devi Parivrajikam avekshate. Are you happy now? She looks at Parijana. Parijana takes the signal and greets Malavika, Jayatu Bhattini. Now Devi Parivrajikam avekshate. Is it okay now? Everything is okay? Have I behaved properly? Do you have to say anything to me now? Na etat chitram tvai. Parivrajika also openly admits her magnanimity, her generosity, and praises her. Pratipakshena api patim sevante bhartruvatsalaha sadhyaha. Bhartruvatsalaha sadhyaha. The pativrata ladies, bhartruvatsalaha, who have affection to their bharta, to their husbands, like they are loving them like son. Vatsala. Vatsam lati iti vatsala. So Vatsalya basically talks about, it's what you can say, the feeling which is bovine in the matter, in the manner, in the sense that a cow, what type of feeling she would have for a calf, that is Vatsala. Because Vatsa is the Govatsa, right? And then Vatsala later on, because cow would look at her calf with such an affection. So Bhartruvatsalaha sadhya, the chaste ladies, the pativrata ladies, the loyal, the most having the most fidelity and loyalty to their husbands, such wives, pratipakshena api patim sevante. They serve their husbands even at the cost of accepting their rivals. Co-wife is a rival, right? So, pratipakshena api bhartruvatsalaha naryaha athava sadhyaha bhartaram or patim sevante. And then there is a drishtanta, or it could be treated as, like arthantaranyasa alankara. Arthantaranyasa is samanyena visheshasya visheshena va samanyasya nirdharanam, right? So you give some example to prove one universal truth. That becomes arthantaranyasa. Anyasaritam shatanihi samudragaha prapayanti abdhim. Samudragaha anyasaritam shatanihi abdhim prapayanti. Samudragaha, those who are going to the samudra, that is the rivers. Samudram gachanti iti samudragaha nama nadyaha saritaha. What do saritas do? Anyanam saritanam shatani. There are hundreds of other streams, rivulets and other, minor streams. So the main river would take all other these little streams along with her while going to the ocean. So she does not disregard, Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Kaveri. These are the biggest, longest rivers, and on the way they get so many small streams Upanadi, right? But the main river would embrace all these Upanadis, assimilate with them and take them all to the one common goal, Abdi. So here Dharini is that main Sarita, and she is taking along with her the smaller rivulets like Malavika, like Iravati, like there may be many others, right? So she is taking them all to Abdi, that is Agnimitra. That means she never would ever think, why should I allow my husband to marry somebody else? So that is the generosity. So this is Bhartruvatshalaha Sadhyaha. So Parivrajika has put her on a pedestal now. Dharini has been put on a pedestal by Parivrajika. Pravishya, now Nipunika enters. This is the last message from Iravati. Jayatu Bharata, Iravati Vidnyapayati. So she is congratulating now Bharata. She doesn't come, she sends her Sakhi. That itself shows she has some grudge even now in her mind. Yad upachara atikramena tada bhartuhu aparadham. You remember third act, he had fallen at her feet and all that stuff. Tada bhartuhu yad aparadham upachara atikramena, by not adhering to the etiquettes. Okay? Upachara atikramena tada bhartuhu yad aparadham tatsvayameva bhartuhu anukulam nama maya acharitam. Sampratam purna manorathena bhartra prasadamatrena sambhavayitavya iti. Now I should be honored, like just any of your other wives by you. Okay? So you please forgive me. Whatever wrong I have done, I have disrespected you, I have disregarded you, but you don't entertain any ill will about me and treat me with honor. Now I should be honored. Okay? Nipunike avashyam tasyaha sandesham anudnyasyati Aryaputraha. Aryaputra, the husband, will definitely grant her request. Anugrhitasmi. So this is last, the last scene now, and Iravati has not asked for the forgiveness. That should not happen. This is, Kalidasa is in a hurry to wind up all the things now, right? And therefore, no bindu should be left out, no loose thread he wants to keep hanging in the air, and therefore he joining that because she wanted to have the forgiveness. That's why she went to the Samudra Gruha, and there again she caught them red-handed, right? So 2-3 times it happened so, and she could not say that, please forgive me. And therefore now through Nipunika she sends this message. Parivrajika Deva aham amuna bhavat sambandhena charitartham madhavasenam sabhajaitum ichhami yadi me tava prasadaha. If you allow me, then I would like to go and congratulate Madhavasena. He is the Bharata, he is the king, and my brother served him and spent his life, right, for him. So, Bhavat Sambandhena Charitartham, and whatever he had in his mind, Bhavat Sambandhena, that has been done now, that has been accomplished. So, please allow me to go and narrate all that to Madhavasena. Bhagavati, na yuktam asman parityaktum. Not proper to leave us at this stage. So, please stay here for few more days, few more months, right? So, people who come here as guests and they want to go, if they are really so loving, then you would insist that they should stay little longer. Bhagavati, Madiyeshu lekheshu tatra bhavate tvamuddishya sabhajana aksharaणि patayishyami. You want to congratulate, no? I am going to write a letter to Madhavasena for congratulation. On your behalf also, I will patayishyami aksharaणि. Kidrushani aksharaणि? Sabhajanani aksharaणि. Congratulating words on your behalf also, I will write. Then Parivrajika says, okay, yuvayoho snehena paravanayam janaha. How can I go leaving you now because you love me so much, right? Okay, आप चाहते हैं तो और थोड़ा दिन रुक लूँगी, Paravanayam janaha adnyapayatu aryaputraha kim bhuyopi priyamanutishthami. What more dear to you I can do now? Dharini has done all what was dear to Agnimitra so far. What else? Itah param. Okay, what else can I do for you? Ki matah param api priyamasti. Is there anything more than this? You have done all what you deserve to be doing, right? Tathapi idamastu. Still, there should be this, that Tvam me prasada sumukhi bhavadevi nityam etavadeva hridaye pratipalaniyam. O Devi, you are still the chief queen, the Mahishi, and therefore may prasada sumukhi bhava. You be always considerate for me. You be always favorable to me. Prasada sumukhi, favorable to me. That is the only wish I cherish in my heart. Etavadeva hridaye pratipalaniyam. Some people, in some editions, instead of Devi, there is a Pathabheda Chandi. Okay. Tvam me prasada sumukhi bhavachandi nityam. And people there remark that she was angry with Malavika, she was angry with Agnimitra, and therefore he is calling her Chandi. Doesn't look good. At least on this occasion, atah paramapi kim priyamasti. When he says kim atah paramapi priyamasti, is there anything which you can do for me now after doing this? You have done a great thing. Come on. So you be always favorable to me. So Devi, calling her Devi, that means her position is undeterred. Nobody is going to step in her shoes. She holds her position with, she commands her position. She is never demanding like Iravati, just compare and contrast. Iravati demands everything, whereas Dharini commands it. And commanding has more charm. Commanding fetches more respect and honor than demanding. Right? Sahaja mileso dudha sama, manga mileso pani, kah kabir vah rakta sama, jame khichatani. What you get, sahaja, without asking, that is like milk. Santa Kabir said, manga mile so pani. If you ask something, it is as good as water. The value of that is water. If you command it, it is like milk. And kah kabir vah rakta sama jame jisme khichatani. You fight for your rights and then you get something, then that what you get is like blood. It loses even the value of water. Milk to dur raha, right? So see, I am reminded of that. I never thought that I would quote this, but I just got reminded of that. So tvam me prasada sumukhi bhavadevi nityam etavadeva hridaye pratipalaniyam. So that there the drama ends, and now the last two lines come as Bharata Vakya. Bharata Vakya is Bharatasya Vakya. Now Bharatasya Vakya nama kim? Bharataha Natya Shastra Karta Tasya Vakyam. He has stated in his science of dramaturgy that the drama should start with Nandi and end with Bharatavakya. And this Bharatavakya, the Sutradhara, the manager who opens the drama for you, he comes on the stage. This is winding up. In fact, we see nowadays in the dramas, when the drama comes to a close, all the characters who have played some part in that, all of them come on the stage and sing a couplet or a four-lined verses together. That becomes Bharatavakya. So here the Sutradhara would come on the stage and he would recite, or all the characters would recite together. This is wishing all the Samajika, that is the people who have gathered there to watch the drama, Natakabhinaya samadhau, नाटकाभिनय समाप्तौ, नाटक अभिनय समाप्तौ सामाजिकेभ्यः नटेन आशीः दीयते. So this is like a blessing to all the people who have gathered there, and this is for the welfare of all the people. Like loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, right? Like that. Ashasyamiti vigama prabhriti jananam sampadyate na khalu goptari nagnimitre. So this there is a very nice word here, iti vigama prabhriti, ashasyam. Ashasyam, the thing for which there is asha. That is abhipsitam, ipsitam, prepsitam. Okay. So the thing which is desired for. Now is there anything else to be desired for when Goptari Agnimitre Sati? When Gopta, the protector and ruler like Agnimitra is ruling over Vidisha, is there anything more to be desired for than what? Iti Vigama Prabhriti. Than Iti Vigama Prabhriti. Iti are the calamities. There are traditionally Shad Itayaha, 6 calamities. So when there is a good ruler ruling, even the Adhidaiva and Adhibhuta, they cannot go against the good ruling. They also favor. Like we have the concept of Ramarajya. Ramarajya is what? Everything is perfect. The universe is going in an order. Everything, the Ritus come in order. There is no Anavrishti. There is no Ativrishti. There are no like Adhibhautika doshas or Adhyatmika doshas or Adhidaivika vinipatas, and nothing bad happens. That is Ramarajya. So when there is a good ruler, Goptari Agnimitre Sati. Agnimitre Goptari Sati Prajanam, Sati Saptami Rachana, while King Agnimitra is ruling over the subjects, yet Ashasyam. What is the Ashasyam? Yatha iti prabhriti vigama. As the vigama, the removal of iti, we'll see what iti is. Na sampadyate iti na. It is not that the ashasya will not be completed or will not be accomplished. So whatever is the desire of the praja, of the subjects, it's not that it will not be accomplished when or while Agnimitra is ruling. That means double negations again making it a strong affirmation. So while Agnimitra is ruling, all these iti vigama prabhriti ashasyam will definitely be accomplished. Okay. And now what is this iti? Iti, there are shad itayaha. The verse goes like this: Ativrishtiranavrishtih shalabha mushakashukaha. Ativrishtihi, anavrishtih, shalabhaha, that is locust, टोळधाड. मराठीमध्ये टोळधाड. मूषकाहा, rats. And shukaha, parrots, because they eat all the ears of the corns. सगळं धान्य खाऊन जातात. Rats also, and therefore अतिवृष्टि रनावृष्टि शलभा मूषका तथा and मूषका शुका प्रत्यासन्नाश्च राजानः षडेता ईतय स्मृताः. प्रत्यासन्नाश्च राजानः, that means the nearing kings, nearing kingdoms who are about to invade us, parachakra. These are the 6 calamities. But while person like King Agnimitra is ruling, it is not that this iti vigama will not happen. That means nothing of this sort will happen while Agnimitra is ruling. Instead of that pratyasannascha rajanaha, there is another pathabheda, and that makes sapta itayaha svachakram parachakram cha saptaita itaya smritaha. Svachakram parachakram cha. And this pathabheda I like more, sapta itayaha. Why? Because many times there is a danger of an inside coup, right? Rebellion from your own people, like we see in the neighboring countries, right? So there are rebels in your own kingdom by your own people, right? That's a revolt. That's a revolt. So it is coup, Swachakra. Your own army goes against you. That is Swachakra or Parachakra. So the 5 in the first line, and Swachakram, Parachakram cha, Saptaitaha, Itayasmritaha. And then I prefer the second variation more, because there is a danger of Swachakra. And when can it happen? When the people are not happy with the ruler, then only it happens. Here, indirectly it is suggested that when there is a ruler like Agnimitra, nothing of this sort is going to happen. All the praja will be happy with him, and there is no fear even of internal revolt or rebel. Okay? Swachakram parachakram cha. Iti nishkrantas sarve iti Shri Kalidasasya kritau Malavikagnimitram panchamaha ankaha. So this is again an Arthantaranyasa Alankara, and not Arthantaranyasa. There is no Alankara here. There is no Alankara. So this is the end of Malavikagnimitram. I think I continued a little longer today, but this was to come an end. All good things come to an end. But there are many more good things to take place and happen hereafter. And I am very glad and I am very proud to announce that from next time onwards, next Sunday onwards, we'll come back to Bhasa, and a lecture series, Ola Sanskrit lecture series, Ola Sanskrit Sahitya lecture series will begin from Mahakavi Bhasa's Ramayana play Pratima. So Pratima is a very wonderful drama of Kalidasa, of Bhasa, and here we get a very different treatment of the epic villain character like Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi is not, nobody names Kaikeyi, right? Their daughter or wives. Nobody names Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi is stamped as a bad woman because she sent Rama to Vanavas and all that. But here we get a very different treatment given to the character of Kaikeyi that is very special about Bhasa. We have already seen in Urubhanga and Karnabhara also that how he tried to uplift the characters of Karna and Duryodhana. So Bhasa plays with that, psychology of the characters. So this is a very wonderful drama from that perspective. And secondly, the very word Pratima is like Pratimana, Bharata, the flyer has a picture of Bharata seeing Dasharatha's Pratima, and that is how he comes to know that Dasharatha has passed away, right? He is coming from his Matula Griha. So all that will happen, and Pratima is a wonderful drama. And again there is a Pratima, Bharata and Rama they are also looking alike. Bharata and Dasharatha look alike. So there are 3 Pratimas like this. So more of that, Dr. Asavari Bhatt, she will deliberate on this drama, and she will make you understand and relish this drama to best of her capacity. I wish her all the best. Hari Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om. Welcome you all. Spread the word and please listen to Mahakavi Bhasa's Ramayana play Pratima by Dr. Asavari Bhatt.